So again, this is an exact replica of what they've used in the movies, so I'm just going to show it to you. Hey Habibis, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today, I had a completely different plan. I was going to do something for my YouTube video, but then I decided, you know what? I kind of want to go on a trip down memory lane. And so allow me to reintroduce myself. I'm Natasha, and before any of this book talk stuff, I was and will always will be an OG Potterhead. Anyone who knows me knows that it's very important to me. I don't like to impose it on everyone, but I impose it on myself. I have the ink to prove it, the shirts to flaunt it, and what you might not know is I have quite the collection that I've put together over the years. When I did move here, there was this shop called the Noble Collection. I think at the time, I'm not sure about now, but at the time there were only 3 in the world. I think there was one in LA, one in London, and one in Dubai. And they had certain collections from Warner Brothers movies that they had exact replicas of items that they've used in the movies. First time I'd ever heard about this was my brother had purchased one of the rings from Lord of the Rings. And I thought, wait, what items do they have? So you bet your ass I actually went there. And this is the thing, is as a collector, I've always been very disciplined. I also had a phase where I collected vinyl records, and I always made it a rule that when I go in to buy something, I need to buy just one item, because then it defeats the purpose, right? Like, you're not gonna go in and buy everything. It's just not really a collection at that point. It's just buying everything. So this was one of the items that I bought. It's one of my all-time favorite items. Sadly, I'm not sure which one was the first I bought. I think I have a feeling, but this is definitely up there. So this is the time turner that Hermione uses in Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. It's so beautiful, not only because it's actually, all of these items have survived quite a few moves. So I'm very surprised and very happy that they've actually made it and are safe and sound. So you can see it has this little hook. It's an actual necklace. It is wearable. And what I love is, you know how when she turns it and flips it in the movie, I mean, it does the same thing, exactly the same way. And you know, it's just so cute. I have to fix it. It's so annoying that it's not like perfect. I also bought Tom Riddle's diary. It's somewhere in the house. There are too many things, so I'm just gonna stick to whatever is here right now, and I'm gonna keep going. Okay, I feel like we've gathered enough for today, and then we can do a part 2. So in terms of the items that I did get from the Noble Collection, I would like to show you this. It has lost some of its color. It's not meant to be pink, but I think over the years of being displayed, this is definitely one of the very first items that I did buy. Yeah, that's meant to be the color. I actually am very proud of myself because I do know whose ones these are. So I've always been able to put them back exactly the way they were supposed to be. So let's do that now. So these are meant to be Dumbledore's army's wands. We've got Harry Potter first, obviously. Hermione, Ron, they weren't in order by the way, so I missed them. Ginny, Neville, and Luna. I really like Luna's, I think it's so cute. Yeah, so these are the ones for Dumbledore's army. I think it's so cool. Then you've got a couple of things like, this is one of my absolute favorite posters ever. And to have it framed like this is so cool. Depending on how you want to display it, you do have this little stick. But I mean, the quality is really insane. And I'm so happy that I did get to find this when I did. I am a big fan of Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. I really am. I know a lot of people hate on them. A lot of people are mad at them. I don't know, but I love it. It felt like home. I collected some of that stuff. So I do have Newt Scamander's wand. And I love Newt Scamander. But guys, honestly, look at how nice it's packaged. Like, it's so cool. There we go. You're meant to be able to do that. If you've watched the movies, you would know that. Moving on, I also have this great plaque of the Daily Prophet, which I think is so cool. Just the quality, honestly, the quality is insane. So this is also very cool. I love it as a filler. Oh, I've got this one as well that my friend got for me. Literally, they're just scattered everywhere around the house. So obviously, I don't know if I'll be able to show you everything today, but iconic. I love this. It just doesn't fit in one of these, so I put it on the other side. I've got so many coffee table books as well that are Hogwarts or, you know. Okay, one of my prized possessions. I think this is probably one of my favorite items I've owned. I don't remember, I feel like I bought the frame separately, but it's also from the Noble collection. So you do have them, you have the map, the Marauders map, which is, again, one of my absolutely favorite items. So again, this is an exact replica of what they've used in the movie, so I'm just gonna show it to you. So you can tell this coloration is a thing, right? I mean, it still looks really cool, but obviously it's supposed to be this color. I've had this for years, guys. I've had this for years. And you can tell the frame has seen better days because of all of the moves. But listen, you can't keep things intact forever, okay? I just love that the frame opens, honestly. So again, one of my prized possessions. I did mention I used to collect records, and this is one of them. If you know me at all, Buckbeak's Flight is one of my favorite pieces of music. So I had to find it in vinyl. When I moved into one of my apartments a while ago, I was living alone. One of the first things that was in the apartment was my record player, and I brought this. And I would always listen to Buckbeak's Flight, so it's just such a comfort to me. I love that piece so much. Another thing, I do have these random pillows that when I did buy them, I was living alone. My whole apartment was filled with these little Harry Potter bits, and it just felt like a sanctuary, and I loved it, and it just made it feel more homey to me. But then when I kept moving, and then I moved in with my husband, who was, then we were just dating, I put them away, but I didn't donate them. I had a feeling, you know, and then we moved into this house, and it was our adult house, and we have a kid now, and you know, but then I made this corner, and they saw the light of day again, so they're back, and we're very happy. Another thing that is a very important collectible for me is this pen that I'm using as a mic prop. A while back, just a few years back, I wanted to get myself a birthday gift. So I needed a pen, and I wanted a nice pen. And then this Monte Grappa brand, which is kind of like a luxury pen brand, had a Harry Potter collection, and I just had to. And I love it. I've signed all my important documents to this day with this pen. I know it's a little silly, but it makes me happy. I also have random notebooks that I will find around the house, like this one. This is fantastic piece. They're just notebooks that I buy that are Harry Potter themed and I love. I have a whole basket of Funko Pops. Let's get that. Let's get that. Okay, so when I worked on this nook, we moved the Funko Pops from another room, and I didn't know where to put them. I feel like I want to do a proper display for them. They're not all Harry Potter, but they're mostly Harry Potter. I'm also a big Spider-Man fan, so yeah, I'm gonna move these away and you can see the ones that I do have. Let's start with Fantastic Beasts. I've got Pickett, and I've got two of them. We've got Hedwig, we've got Professor McGonagall. Not a Funko Pop, but still Harry Potter. Don't ask me why I have him, okay, but I have him. We've got Dobby, Teeny, Ron, Ginny, another weird Harry Potter bobblehead. Another thing is I've never bought a Harry Potter Funko Pop. The ones I do have that are figurines of Harry Potter were gifts, because I want to find the perfect one. It's the same thing as the books, right? Like, we'll get into the books in a bit, but like, it's the same thing as the books. Is I feel like I need to have the perfect one, which I don't know. We've got this famous one. He was with me on my desk at my old job all the time, and I actually kind of looked like him, to the point where when I left that job, the team had photoshopped a picture of Snape but with my face in, and it still looked like me. So yeah. We've got Gilderoy Lockhart, which honestly I had given this to my husband because he looks like him. This and Hercules. So I did find joy in finding Funko Pops that look like him. If you know him, you'll see it. We've got Hermione, Trelawney, which I think is so cute. Look at her big eyes. And Newt. So for the longest time on my desk, and I used to take them with me to meetings, I would just prop them there next to me while I took notes. Because you know, what's life without a little whimsy? I've also got this Harry Potter card deck, which is very cool. Yeah. You've got like Hufflepuff, look, Gryffindor, Ravenclaw, and Slytherin. That's really cool. Did I ever play with these cards? No. but not because I don't want to pay with these cards, just because I'm not a card player. Okay, I'm gonna put these away and we're gonna get into the books. So when I first started reading Harry Potter, I read them in French. All of my original copies are in Lebanon at home, but I did read them in French. When I decided I wanted to read them in English, I wasn't very into, we need to get a specific edition. I just wanted to read them. So I also have them back in Lebanon, and each one is a random edition that I've either gotten from a friend or I bought randomly. And honestly, it was what it was. I was not the book collector I am today. Let's just put it that way. When I moved to Dubai, which was I think around 7-8 years ago, maybe more, I feel like I've been saying 7 years for a long time. When I got into Kinokuniya the first time, which is a bookstore that we have here in Dubai, which is amazing, I was just, you know, they have a whole Harry Potter section, and I was like, you know what? Now is gonna be the time where I get myself a nice box set. So I looked, and I couldn't find anything so special that was completely unbelievably different, but I connected with one, which is this one right here. This was my first special box set of Harry Potter books. They are hardbacks and they're absolutely gorgeous. I have read them since buying this, but much more recently. So I would say around maybe 4 or 5 years ago is when I read them physically on these editions. I don't know if I'll show you all of them. Putting them out makes me very nervous because they're so crammed in there. There we go. Okay. Okay, so the one that seems to want to come out is the third one. So that's the one that you're gonna see. I'm just gonna show you the edition really quick. It is a beautiful hardback edition. I love the illustrations. It's so OG. You can see I'm very careful when I read them. So you can see they're quite simple and each one is a different color. I think they're just right. I'm very happy with this as a first special box set that I got. Yeah, I mean, I take care of them. Let's put it that way. So after I bought this box set, every time I would want to have a bit of time to myself, I would go to Kinokuniya and just go to the Harry Potter section. Would I buy something every time? No, I'm actually kind of okay not always buying something. Plus, I'm very indecisive, so yeah. I used to be a Hufflepuff back then. When I did the test, it's not a thing I've decided. I was a Hufflepuff. And I saw this book. I had never seen a sprayed edge before. And so I bought this. This is my least favorite book in the series, but it was the 20th anniversary edition, and I was like, you know what, let's start collecting the books. And I think it went downhill from there. But anyway, this is a cute edition. I really like it. It's weird that I don't have the rest. Should I get the rest? I don't know. But yeah, I've always had this odd one. Then a very good friend of mine on my birthday got me a really nice edition of the French Harry Potters in paperback. So I'm just gonna go out there and pick one and show you what they look like. We went with the first one, Harry Potter à l'école des sorciers. I think they're so pretty. The flop is flopping. They are gorgeous. Did I read them in French since being a kid? No. I have been trying to read the French one of this one, and this is as far as I've gone, but I would love to. I would definitely love to, and having them in French is just so cool. Funny story. The first time I ever watched Harry Potter was in French. I also have a beautiful coffee table book that I bought from Portugal in the cafe where J.K. Rowling was said to have written most of her Harry Potter books. It is somewhere in the house. I will show it to you someday, but it's just a nice story to tell. Fast forward to Fantastic Beasts. For a while, I had not bought any Harry Potter books. After this one, we took a break. But then what I would do is I did get the screenplays of each of the Fantastic Beasts movies. And it was such a comfort to me to actually see that, I don't know if you've ever done this, if you've watched the movies, these are like subtitles. It's exactly the script. So I don't know, it was comforting and it was nice and I enjoyed it. I like that the first two are similar editions and they look so nice together. I don't like, however, how the third one is completely, like why? And this was a good movie. I really don't like that they've stopped it, but the next book in this universe that I bought was Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. Do I want to see this play? Yeah. I definitely want to see this play. I'm bummed that I read it though. I did not like this story. It's okay. I mean, I didn't like it. I'm sure I would still really love the play. I feel like the effects and the production would be so cool, but Is that it? I feel like that's it. I could show more things, but I feel like that's, oh, I have this. We're not gonna play more than that for copyright reasons, but my daughter calls this the ice cream truck music, so we're gonna, sure. Okay, we're closer to today. In November, I went to SIBF, and obviously I had to buy books. It was the first book event I was invited to, so it was so exciting for me. I found this gem, and if it wasn't a sign for me to buy it, I don't know what would have been. I didn't know these existed. These are the Mina Lima collection of Harry Potter books, and they had The Prisoner of Azkaban, which is arguably my favorite. Yeah. So I had to buy it. And then later on, I bought the first and second, and then when the fourth came out, a friend gifted it to me. So I'm waiting for the next few editions, which as of the fourth, they're not by Mina Lima, but I'm gonna kind of show you what they're like. So it's basically the book, and you can read it, but it has these gorgeous pop-up illustrations in it. And to be able to have all of the books in this edition, I think is incredible. So I'm hoping, there, see, the map. I mean, look at this. Like, all I can do right now is just hope that the rest of the series comes out like this, because this is just absolutely gorgeous. So with this, I've got 1 through 4. And finally, my most recent addition to this entire collection. I've never been one to own many editions of the same book, okay? It's never been my thing. But then I've been contemplating it. And obviously I do have different editions of Harry Potter. But then I saw these. I was actually live on TikTok when I saw them, and my reaction to them was just, yeah. So a friend got me most. My friend got me 3 through 7. So definitely most. And most recently, I got the first 2. So I'm gonna show you these. They're paperbacks, but they're sprayed edge paperbacks. So they're amazing. I mean, come on. Aren't they so pretty? So yeah. This has been most of my Harry Potter collection. I don't even know what to show you next time if we do this, but maybe it's an excuse to expand. Anyway, it's a series that always brought me comfort. I love the story. I love the characters. Just everything about this world. So it just makes me happy. I do read a lot of books now that have nothing to do with this or this world or this genre, but I will always come back to this. It's like a little piece of home. I hope you enjoyed this. Do let me know if there's anything else you'd like to see, any other type of deep dive into my library. But for now, this was it. Do follow me on TikTok or Instagram for daily content, and I'll see you next time.